Hi everybody, I'm going to give you a rundown on how to finish up your project by creating an exhibit. So don't forget that all of your information you need for figuring out what to do for this project is at this bit.ly link. So I'm going to be grading you on the exhibit itself, and as you see by the instructions here, you create a final graded exhibit in the museum based on your song. If you have two songs, you should have two exhibits. So this will be graded out of 25 points. All your annotations and citations must be in proper form based on my example, so don't forget the style guides. There will be an exhibit style guide also. Make sure there's an appropriate number of each type of item that you put into the museum. Make sure all items in the museum offer useful information about the song's subject, and those are due by the end of the class on Thursday. Let me show you in our museum exactly how to create an exhibit. First of all, there may be many more items by the time you do this inside the museum, but items can be searched. So if you want to get quickly to your items so that you can make an exhibit or do anything else, you do have a search feature up here at the top. So to get to my items, I would basically just go to the user, and my name happens to be super user, and then I hit search for items. And what I get are only the things that I added. Okay, so that's pretty useful for you to get all your stuff together. The way these things are set up as items inside the museum, they should all be obviously related to your song. So your exhibit is actually going to be the official collection of these items. So if you now go in the upper left to exhibits, you'll see that I've added one, which is the exhibit style guide. Okay, so if you look at this, you will actually be able to see exactly what an exhibit should look like, and in a minute I'll show you what it looks like on the real website. In the meantime, let me just show you how to add one so you can kind of see how the interface works. So I click Add an Exhibit. I would like the title of your exhibit to be the exact title of the song with the number beginning at the beginning, just like my style guide. You don't need to do anything with slug or with credits, but you do need to do a description. So look at my style guide for the description. And then hit public and save your changes. Obviously, this isn't going to work for me because there's not stuff in there. Then you want to add a page. Let me just actually put some text up here so I can add a page. So I hit add page, and you'll see that I can call this whatever I want. I'd like you to call it the exact same thing as the title of your exhibit, okay, which is your song number and your song title. You don't need to do the page slug, but you do need to pick your layout. So the first thing I'd like your exhibit to have is a text area. So I'm going to click text. I'm going to add a new content block, and see I have this text area. Then I'm going to ask you to do a gallery and hit add new content block. Okay, so now I've got this block of text that'll show up when somebody looks at my exhibit, and I have this gallery that'll show up when somebody looks at my exhibit. This first text is actually for a couple of things. It's for an explanation of the exhibit. It's also for a place for you to embed your YouTube, okay, which is the sound of your song. And it's a place to embed your Genius annotation. So in fact, all that stuff will be all together on your exhibit page. So if somebody wants to look at it, they can actually see it all at once. So let me show you how to do that. The second block here is going to be to put in your items from the museum. So let's go with the text up here first. As you'll see by my example, there is a description that you type out, okay? And look at my example so that you can do that. But then we want to put in the YouTube video. So let me show you how to do this because it's just slightly tricky. Go find your YouTube video. This is mine. Go down under Share, go to Embed, and copy that embed code. Come back to this text area, and this is very important. Hit the HTML button. If you tried to paste in your embed code right here, it would not work because it's not looking for HTML. So click HTML. You can sort of enter your way past what you've already typed and then paste and then update. So what that did is, this will be your YouTube video then, is it embedded the YouTube video inside this text box. Okay? Save your changes just to be sure. And then we're going to add one more thing in that text box after the YouTube video. We're going to add your embedding from your Genius. So if you go to your Genius page, make sure you're on the correct Genius page. Here's mine. Go to Embed and copy this part. Embed this text on your site. Copy. This works the same way. If we go back here and we hit HTML again, very important, and you go down past that stuff and you paste in that embed code and hit update, that actually just put it after your YouTube video. Okay, so if you want to test it, you hit save, hit view public page, it'll open in a new thing, and you'll see YouTube video and your annotations right there. Okay, so back to here. That of course leaves our items to go in. Okay, so the items that you put in here should be the items that you created that are directly related to this song. To add them, you click the add button, and then you need to find them. Okay, so again, hit your search guide. You can search by user. I'm going to search by my user. Search for items, and here they are. So I can add them one at a time. It would probably be best if you started with the mixtape on Genius and the song sound, and then go from there so it's all there. So I'm going to click Hamilton mixtape, add it. Now once I have that, look at my style guide. I have some text here that you need, which is like a caption, and then hit apply. You'll see it pops in there. Continue to do that. I'm going to add this one now. Make sure you put in text. Look at my style guide. There it is. You can keep doing this, adding each item, putting in the text, boom, and eventually you'll get all your items here. You can drag and drop them to resort them if you want to, but for each one of these, whatever text you put in here is going to actually show up on the exhibit page. Okay, so I'm going to hit Save Changes, and we'll take a peek at what it looks like. And you'll see I have YouTube, I have my annotations, and down at the bottom I have my items lining up right here. And explanations would be really good right here to explain them. So that's how you add an exhibit. If I go back and show you my style guide exhibit, you'll see it's got introductory text. Please do it exactly the way I did it. It's got the YouTube video, it's got the annotations, and it's got my stuff that I added to the museum down at the bottom. Okay, and so that's what I expect to have everybody to have. And notice that for each one of my items, I have a little bit of an explanation. Stick to exactly the kind of stuff I'm doing here, so it'll actually make it easier for you to do it. Okay, there you go.